This is my Quintuple sovereign collection that marks the changing of the guard from Queen Elizabeth to King Charles. It's something I'm very proud to have collected and created, and it's something that I think will stand the test of time. So let's take one last look at them all together before they go and are locked away in a vault for a very long time. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a very warm welcome to you all joining me for this week's In Focus Friday, the show where we take a good close look at cool things made of silver or gold. And as you can see from this stunning array of coins that I have out here, we are looking at some beautiful bits of gold. Now this is my Quintuple sovereign collection. It commemorates and marks the changing of the guard from Her Majesty the Queen to King Charles, starting of course with Her Majesty the Queen with the Platinum Jubilee Celebration Sovereign, and this is a stunner, a real beauty. Moving of course to the sad passing of Her Majesty and the Memorial Sovereign that came out at the end of 2022 with King Charles on. A really, really beautiful piece and a very important, significant time in history. And then we round the collection out with the crowned version of the Sovereign. These are pretty cool and pretty different, and you don't get to see crowned portraits on coins very often. Certainly from a sovereign collection point of view, this is a unique piece and something that I will treasure for a very long time. And that collection has now been rounded out by the 6th coin. So 6 big chunky 5 sovereign pieces. It's no mean feat to collect them, but I am very proud and very happy that I have been able to collect them. And I do think that these will be a premier collector's set, whether they are a set of 6 or just the individual coins within them, over the course of the coming decades into the future. These are pieces of history, in my opinion. So let's have a look at the set all rounded out with the final piece, the BU Crowned Portrait Sovereign, which, as you can see, is just simply stunning. A real beauty. The Royal Mint, when they get it right, they really do an incredible job. So let's have a look at this up close and personal and really get to grips with what this and the other coins are all about. So the Quintuple is the quintessential size, in my opinion, for any kind of really hardcore sovereign collector. It's the one that's done the best over the periods of history that sovereign collecting has been a thing. All you've got to do is look back at examples of sovereigns where there have been different designs or something a bit different, and a crown portrait is very much a rare occasion to collect. And I think this is sublime and stunning, and in many ways it is superior to the proof version of the coin, which we see here. However, there are 2 camps in this. I really do like a matte finish coin, but that beautiful mirrored finish background on a proof coin, oh, it's so beautiful, it really is. So I'm kind of torn as to which I prefer, whether it's the matte finish or the proof. On this particular one, I'm going to side, I feel, with the proofy version, with the really shiny finish. I think that's absolutely stunning. When you come though to the other coins in the series, when you've got, let's make sure we're matching the right ones up. So when you've got the Platinum Jubilee versions here, there is something to be said about that matte finish on a design like this, where it really makes those intricate details pop right out from the coin. So it's, there is definitely an argument to be had that the matte BU coins are better almost in their look and aesthetics than the proof coins. That said, I really do like the proof coins regardless. They are stunning, they are brilliant. And let's have a look at good old Queenie. Gone but not forgotten, long admired on our coins, and I suspect that she will for a very long period of history still be remembered and admired on coins. There might not be new coins coming out with her effigy on, although there will be one in the Monarch series at some point, but she is just sublime when it comes to coins. She's quintessential, there is no beating it, which is why the Platinum Jubilee coin here is, in my opinion, the pick of the bunch. A Platinum Jubilee is something, and I said it when this coin came out, before the Queen was even remotely close to passing away, that this would stand the test of time. This coin, at that point, we weren't going to see another Jubilee, let's be quite frank. Even on the best of days, the Queen wasn't going to last to, I don't even know what the next one would be, 80 maybe? I don't know. It was never going to happen, but the Platinum Jubilee was just super special. and it's a real privilege to have this coin in the collection, and a stunning and elegant design. Now, with the sad passing of Her Majesty the Queen, let's just move these out of the way here and put them in the background. With the sad passing of Her Majesty the Queen, of course, there was a memorial sovereign. And this is kind of akin to that Platinum Jubilee. It's very heraldic, it's very regal with the design on it. Some say it is too busy of a design with too much going on, but I would beg to differ. I feel that this is equally as stunning as the others. It's, in my opinion, not as good as the Platinum Jubilee because of the busyness. I feel like the elegance of just the sheer beauty of that and its framing is better than the Memorial Sovereign. But at the same time, this is a sovereign that will stand the test of time. It will do very well, I think, over that long period that it will be desirable, and that is going to be a while. It is not to be underestimated how popular the Queen was, certainly in relation to King Charles. And whilst some people like him, some people don't, it is going to be telling how King Charles coins do relative to Queen Elizabeth coins over the course of the coming decades. That said, the changing of the guard from Queen Elizabeth to King Charles is something that is now part of our history. It is part of that unique 1,000-year plus monarchical history that we've seen in the United Kingdom. It's what makes us British. It's what identifies us as a nation, unifies us as a nation almost. And yes, there are some people not fans of the monarchy, but when you ask anybody out there in this world what is the thing that they most identify with Britain, it's the monarchy. It's our king, queen, for king and country, for queen and country. It's what's defined us for a long time. And then we round out with, of course, the crown portraits. And these are, of course, the blandest of the designs in the sense that it's just the St. George and the dragon. But that in itself is important. The just typical version of the St. George and the dragon is significant as the first coin with King Charles on. And it being the coin with King Charles as a crowned portrait is, I think, also equally as important to factor in. Now, from the perspective of that crown portrait versus the uncrowned portrait, we will be seeing the uncrowned portrait on our coins going forwards. There will be a few exceptions, so I think Bullion versions of the sovereigns this year will have the crown portrait, and those are really good picks. If you can't afford the high price tags of proof sovereigns, then certainly worth thinking about those. But we will not see the like of a crown portrait again until a Jubilee. And I don't know whether or not we'll see a Jubilee again. Certainly in Charles's reign. He'd have to make it to his 90s to see a 25-year Jubilee. And that's quite unlikely. Possible, but unlikely. And whether or not we'd have a 10-year Jubilee, I don't know. It's very possible that we will, because if there's a very good chance we won't ever see a Jubilee again, it might be that the 10-year Jubilee is the one to do. So we'll see. Now, of course, if King Charles doesn't live as long as perhaps his mother and father did, we might see a new monarch with King William and his crown portrait. And then King Charles will fade into history as one of those many line of monarchs that we've seen in the United Kingdom. And these coins will mark that and mark that year and that change of the guard, which I think is really, really cool to be a part of. Now, these coins are not going to be for everybody, and I know some of you will be thinking about things like investment value and going forwards into the future. Nobody really knows, and a lot of people will have bought sovereigns within these collections. Not a lot of people will have the 5 sovereign pieces, as not as many were made as the other types, but in essence they are still beautiful pieces. This one, for example, the latest one, a mintage of only 460. I think, though, that the sovereigns will be here to stay for a very long time. I think sovereign collecting is something that is very popular, and you've got to think about the new sovereign collectors that will come into the market over the course of the next couple of decades. Are these quick flipping profits? No, although one could argue that the Platinum Jubilee ones are doing incredibly well right now. They are really good. I could sell this one here that paid for the entire 5-coin set that I got, and I'd have a 2, a 1, a half, and a quarter all for free. But I feel that this is something to hold for the future. This is a Backyard Bullion family legacy coin. This is something that I hope that in 50 years when it's passed down generations, might be really something incredibly special. But we can only but wait and see, can't we? Who knows what the future holds. For right now, though, I can enjoy them whilst they're all together for one last time for now. They might come out of the vault again at some point, but they will be going back into long-term storage, probably not to see the light of day for at least a few years. I don't know, maybe sooner. We'll see where my fancy takes me. And I hope you've enjoyed them as much as I have for now. And the next time we see them, we shall enjoy them again. That is what I shall say. That's it from me today. Thank you all for watching. And if you would like to share your thoughts and opinions on these coins, then please feel free to do so down in that comment section below. Otherwise, that is it from me. We'll see you on the next video. And as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.